What's up, old school homies? Let's talk about the removal of the homeless. Oh man, this is a fucked up ass thing. You're starting to hear it all over the news and all over the radio that we decided to remove the homeless from California. So, what does that even mean? I'll tell you exactly what that means. Because I used to work at a recycle center and I knew a lot of homeless people, and they get pushed around and disrespected. And there's a lot of different reasons as to why they're there and why they're not in a house. And I'm not going to say it's always drugs, because it's really not always. Sometimes, I see a lot of people on the streets turn to drugs, but it's not necessarily true. It's kind of mental illness that leads people to be homeless. Sometimes having a home is more stressful for somebody. So, honestly, some people's home life would be better off just being outside camping somewhere, and that's sad but very true. Now, there are places to camp, and it's kind of made camping look a little bit more unappealing. When I was young, camping used to be like the most exciting thing you could do for the entire year, and you would get really excited about it. Now you look at camping like that person might be homeless or they might not be. I'm not sure, and it sucks to think about it that way, but literally that's where camping has kind of looked like in California. That's what it looks like. So these homeless encampments are really what people are trying to destroy. Let's just put it that way. The homeless people, if you're homeless, you can't really just lay down in one spot. They want you to keep walking forever. I don't really get it, but I've known homeless people that told me that. If you're caught just loitering somewhere, they just ask you to keep walking, and then you just walk somewhere else. I don't get it. But if you actually built a fucking homeless encampment, it gets destroyed. It just does. And usually it gets destroyed by other homeless people that got arrested. It's the cycle, dude. First you build a homeless encampment, then you get in trouble, then you get paid. Well, not paid. You have to pick up the side of the freeway. What does that mean? Your own house. You're destroying your own homeless encampment, dude. I've seen it. These homies were friends, right? And then one day he sees his friend weed whacking his house down. He's inside of it too, fucking just starts weed whacking the fuck out of his house. That's how he wakes up. And he comes over to me and he says, "Dickhead came over and fucking weed whacked my house down this morning." I said, "Sorry, dog, man, that is fucked up." So you have to rebuild. So as the problem gets worse in certain areas, they basically block it off with fences and put up signs. That's all they do. What do they do with the actual people? Believe it or not, they call their parents. I don't care if you're 40 years old, they call your parents and they try to figure out who you're related to, and they try to put you back where you belong. Almost everybody had somewhere to go. They came and did that in the city that I was working in. They drove up to every bum and they told them, "Where do you live? Who are your parents? We're going to take you there. You can't just be out here." And and you're placed back with your parents, the people that they think are responsible for you. Do you think there's another solution? We actually have homeless shelters. The problem with those is that if you're on drugs, they don't go to those. You can't be on drugs and go to a homeless shelter. So if you want to use drugs, you're stuck on the street, period.